Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Foundry. My name is John. I'm here with Sly and Kylo. Boyos, we're reviewing Joker today. How we doing this fine evening, guys?
Spectacular. How are you?
Doing swell. I was really excited for this movie. You know, really excited. I was interested to see how Joaquin Phoenix was going to portray this role that we've seen so many other people play. You know, and man, what a role! What a job he did. Anyway, so we're gonna go into we're gonna talk about the film today a little bit, you guys, and we're gonna keep it spoiler free for the first half, so you guys are safe. And when we head to spoiler territory, we'll let you guys know. We'll give you a warning at a time and whatnot. Yeah, we'll start right off. So a while ago, we did a quick little reaction to when Joaquin Phoenix got announced. He was announced for the role to play as the Joker. I was really curious. You know, I'm still a little interested in it, you know, because he's a fantastic actor, in my opinion. Guys, what did you think when Joaquin Phoenix got announced for the role? First off.
He did really good. I mean, I think he was perfect for it. I wish the makeup was a little better, but that's just me.
Yeah. When he got announced for the role, I was pretty enthusiastic because I know that he has had some pretty nutty roles in the past, like kind of deranged characters. So I was like, you know what, this suits him, we'll go with it. Yeah, sure, there was a little bit, you know, as far as the makeup, but that's not really on him. But I really liked his performance in the film. I think he did a pretty decent job.
Yeah. I like when it comes to a film like that, I'm like, you know what, this could have a lot of potential, but a lot of time, like, just Hollywood kind of gets their hands on it because they want to increase ticket sales, which the movie did really well, didn't it? I think it's like the top comic book movie of all time, which it beat The Mask recently, which I think had the original title, right?
Technically, yeah. And then R-rated movie, yep.
Yeah, that's insane for that movie to like get that much momentum, because honestly I haven't seen too many people too many people talking about it. I've seen more like people talking about it ironically more than anything, you know, just like as a joke or as a meme or anything like that, the society thing, which is really funny to me. But heading into this, I had a lot of like, I had an open mind for sure. I didn't have I didn't have high expectations either, because as far as I was concerned, it was like, this is going to be like a closed incident, just a kind of a one-off, which I was down for. I was like, okay, you know, this is like just alternate story or origin story of the character, which I'm totally down for, because I think the Joker is one of the more interesting like villain stories out there. And I was really surprised by how they dropped the ball. I thought the soundtrack was really off. I thought they kind of had some shoddy just storytelling with the character himself, like, because, no offense, because they kind of had, at times, they made you feel like the character, to me personally, is like, is he mentally retarded, or does he just have, like, is he just mentally unstable, which I feel like they just kind of, hard telling, like, I'd have to remember, like, oh, wait, like, he is actually, like, he is there a little bit, you know, but he just has problems, or...
Right.
I just had a hard time, like, keeping that in mind, you know? Like, I just feel like they could have done a way better job with that stuff, and they were too consistent with how they were how he was acting, or how his his mental conditions was going to affect how he, like, the character acted himself and whatnot.
Touching off that, the timeline for the film, I hated the pacing.
The pacing was
linear.
Yeah, so off. It was just like, it was boring.
Yeah.
It was definitely boring. Yeah, like, just waiting for something to happen, you know? It was really boring. When stuff did happen, I was laughing because, and I don't think they really wanted you to laugh. Like, I found some moments that were like comical, which we can go into a little bit later on when we go into the spoiler territory and stuff. But Kylo, you are a Joker guy of the DC comic like area here in the Foundry. So, any like comparisons or any gripes, concerns besides the paint, the clown paint that you want to like kind of dive into?
I thought it was really interesting the way the build up to him becoming the actual Joker and all that. Like everything that led up to it, you'd think something's going one way and it just turns around and like another way.
Did you like that or no?
Yeah, it was all right. It was a little tedious trying to separate reality from fantasy in there, though.
That's the whole thing. The clarity wasn't there. It's too much like you were left guessing about virtually the entire movie. I don't like that.
Which I can understand if someone personally didn't like it, but when you have a film where it's like it's from the point of view of someone who's mentally unstable, so it's like are they seeing things, are they hearing things? Like, that's the weird thing about it, which I think it's like up to who is telling the story, which I don't know if you can like objectively say that it's like good or bad or something like that, but I think people can definitely have gripes with it.
Yeah.
But so what was that?
It's not one of the best Jokers, but it's not the worst Joker.
That's very true. It was amazing to see how much like flack Jared Leto like was ready to aim at this film, which years afterwards he's still like angry at David Ayer,
Very.
and just not happy with everything. Which, okay, I can understand that, but man, that sucks to be in his shoes to see how successful this movie is.
The sad thing is, the studio Warner Brothers didn't receive too much benefit from the success of this movie.
Yeah,
they sold off a great deal of potential money because they were worried that the movie was going to receive negative feedback.
That's
so
pretty
the
funny.
only people that benefited are Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix. Other than that, no one emerged a winner.
But like I probably wouldn't even give it another watch, just because I was just like, that was a film, you know. It's just everything took too long to happen. It was a little boring, and when something was like really good was happening, it was just kind of like, was this intentional or not? And plus, I had a really big problem with like the soundtrack throughout the film as well. I had a couple like, I don't know, it just really didn't match the theme at certain times. But
something serious to be going on to be like adventurous.
Yeah.
True.
I wouldn't say the whole like film was like cliche, but I'd say like a lot of the actor roles besides Joaquin Phoenix, like they went so hard in the character development of Joaquin Phoenix and they just like the details, and it was just written so well. It's just that every other character surrounding him is just complete shit, which makes it just makes it really just all the more difficult to like find his character and be in love, infatuated with that, which is really disappointing. But can we go to spoiler territory, or are we? Yeah, it's just really disappointing film overall, I think.
I think we can go spoiler territory now.
Alrighty, Kylo, you ready for it?
The threshold.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so we'll say spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Alrighty, guys, we're in spoiler territory now, so if you don't want spoilers, please head back or click off the video, because we're just going to talk about the film kind of as is right now. And man, holy shit, this movie was really funny at some points when it really didn't try to be. Like, just unintentionally him being a fucking absolute goofball. Like, I really enjoyed it. It's
most like climactic and or funny scene.
The end.
Shout out to the Tink.
Yeah, the the dwarf scene. That was probably my favorite scene overall. That was just incredibly tense, and I'm like, finally, something's fucking happening. It's like when he finally starts, like, when he stabbed the shit out of that one, the bigger guy who gave him the pistol.
Yep.
And he let the dwarf go. That was really funny and really fucked up. And like, finally, we're getting into the shit.
It's ironic to me because the little guy was the only one who didn't like really talk shit on Joaquin's character. So I was like, oh, okay, it came full circle. I still expected him, to get his tiny little ass like curb stomped, but didn't happen.
I'm glad he didn't. I was like, oh man, don't do it. Alpha, that was funny shit. That part was really funny. The whole build up, like it was even like seeing like the ending, like it's fucking insane. It's like he shoots him and everyone just all of a sudden they're like, he's in that cop car, everybody, let's parade him around and shit like that. Like I mean, like how many people probably would have taken what am I trying to say? Taking the credit for killing the 3 teenagers or the 3 douchebags in the train subway, you know? Probably loads of people. Like, how the heck can you, like, believe him? Or another thing is what really killed the storyline is for me is him trying to find whose dad is and them trying to shoehorn, like, Thomas Wayne into the story.
I hated that
I really didn't like that either. I mean, like, his mom being, like, just unsure and mentally unstable as well. Like, okay, that's fine. But, like, I was not a fan of, like, the whole Thomas Wayne thing of him trying to get close to him. And I was just like, this is not working well. I mean, like, if you look, like, it's just, like, I'm so sick of the Batman, like, origin story. I'm like, great, we're kind of, like, we're in the same era, but, like, that's really down the block, but we're not going to...
We've orphaned the bastard enough times, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... And they still had to show it. They had to, like, go into that alleyway and still, like, show it. I'm like, come on, for fuck's sake. You know? I mean, like, don't show everything. Like, have some... be subtle about it, motherfucker.
Plus, the joke at the end when he's with the... the person who's interviewing him at the asylum, they're asking, and he has a joke.
Yeah,
I don't get the connection, because how did he know about what happened to Batman? For me, they were trying to, like, draw connections to things that just weren't there, and I was like, he couldn't possibly have that joke, which is another thing that bothered me. Probably the biggest complaint I have about the film was what is hypothetical and what actually happened.
That's the thing is, like, really annoys me too, is because they're like, oh, it's in your head, you just don't know. And I'm like, well, don't you think you should have some, like, fucking some key points you think if people, like, give it another watch, and if you pay attention, you're like, oh, that actually didn't happen then. But, like, a part of me thinks that it did happen because towards, like, you saw the credit sequence where he's, like, running around stabbing people or whatnot, there's blood, there's like, okay, well, it probably did happen because he, like, built up the guts, you know, like, he finally went off the rails, he built up the guts, and like that girl said, like, she, at the very beginning of the film, she lost funding, which implied to me, like, maybe she had to go back to, like, working out of Arkham or some other, like, asylum or something like that. So that's what I thought, but I could be wrong. I didn't look into any other, like, fan theories or what officially was said. But I like to think that it did happen.
For me, I think every murder happened.
Yes,
I don't
for sure.
think anything happy for him happened. However.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
car didn't happen. Girlfriend didn't happen.
Oh yeah, that was they definitely said that didn't happen. Like, definitely said that.
That was for sure. That was a giveaway. But the whole end scene where the accident between the cop car and the ambulance, that did not happen. I think he went straight to the asylum, no stops at all. And that's where it left off.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Kylo, what are your thoughts?
Well, like you guys, I don't think there's any way he would have known that, like, Bruce Wayne's parents, Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, would have died. I don't know. I like to think that, like, all that stuff happened aside from the stuff that's pretty obvious, like the girlfriend and, like, the delusions and whatnot. But I like to think that at the very end he did do, like, most of that stuff, like, killed everyone, because, like, he's walking out of the room, and obviously he's killed that woman, because there's, like, blood on the floor. But it's a little tricky, too, because it's, like, a little breadcrumb thing, like, maybe he's still insane, he's just imagining that blood, like, right behind him and all that, and...
It's true.
But, I don't know, I like to think, like, he went through all that, and right at that very last moment, he was going to try to get out and probably go after Bruce.
Yeah, because I feel like like, throughout the entire film, like, you saw there was a lot of resentment for him, thinking, like, someone who had everything and someone who didn't have anything, you know. It's just, like, a lot of resentment there. But I don't know if he immediately wants to go after Bruce or anything like that, but that is, I mean, like, it would make sense, you know, that he want to go after him. But yeah, it just wasn't, like, I don't know what direction they were heading. I mean, like, I wish they would have kept it, like, this is its own thing. The Joker, like, Batman doesn't exist. Wayne Enterprises doesn't exist. Like, it's just, you use Gotham, use Arkham Asylum. You know, you don't need to use, like, all the other tropes because you saw Batman 6 in 1992 or some shit like that. You know, you just have this closed, contained story, and you just make it really fucking good, which they could have done, and they kind of headed in the right direction, but they're like, oh wait, if we put fucking Thomas Wayne in there, people are gonna be like, oh shit, dude, Thomas Wayne, fucking Batman, yeah, you know. But watching the film, like, the film needs to tell you who Thomas Wayne is, you know? You need to have that outside knowledge, which I'm sure a lot of people do, but when you make a good film, you don't, like, you need to include that stuff, and you need the viewers to be able to know who that character is and what they represent. And what Thomas Wayne represents is, like, that close relationship to Batman, which viewers are gonna get, like, all fucking giggly over because they become, you know, each other's nemesis in the future. But I mean, like, it doesn't do anything for the current film that we're fucking watching, like,
Yeah.
which is the annoying part. It's like, we don't need this
Why
right
they
now.
left him out of it almost. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Even with like his relationship with Thomas, he goes from hating Thomas after, you know, the whole bus thing, or sorry, the train thing. But then after he gets all that information, he realizes it's really his mom that was the piece of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, you solved that riddle. Now what?
yeah, I just don't know where the heck the film was really going, and I don't think the film knew that either.
I wonder if Todd Phillips is gonna come out eventually and try to explain the film.
That's pretty sad when you have to do that. When it's not like,
I agree,
it's like
but
not even that
you know what's happened.
it's not even like that mind-numbing of a film, you know? Like, to be like, all right, I've been asking a lot of questions, you know, it's not Space Odyssey 2000 over here, or like some Annihilation stuff.
It's terrible.
Like, it's not. It's the fucking
You shouldn't have to
Joker.
explain it, yeah.
So the Joker, yeah? Get this. The same guy fights Batman. Oh, fuck! Really? Like, did you need to come out and say that for everybody, or is that not already fucking implied? Okay. Well, anyone have any... Can we talk about the last sequence there where he just blows fucking his head off? I'm gonna have to put that clip in. I think I'm gonna put that clip in when it, like, when I say spoiler, and then just like boom.
Yes, well, it's just that. Please do. Wow. That was a great. That might have been one of the only, like, significant, realistic scenes in the film.
Dude, I think that would have been so much more to me personally if they didn't, like, use that so much in the trailer.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's what I think about.
But I mean, obviously, people use scenes in trailers that are their best scenes.
That's
the
true.
Joker didn't have a whole hell of a lot of those.
Yeah, they couldn't really show any much. They had then so yeah. So I guess if you like DC stuff, like, go and give it a watch. People are like, oh, it's crazy violent. It's not that violent. I mean, like, that's because I'm sure
it's not gonna make you think any differently about the world.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those.
Yeah.
You're reaching for straws like the film was. Don't do that.
Yeah. So are we all? Is that pretty much everything, gentlemen?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, you guys, I think that's gonna be a wrap for our Joker review. Yeah, not a great film. Personally, I give it like, I don't know, like a 4 out of 10. Yeah. What about you,
4.
Kylo?
I'm probably going to have to give it like a 5, maybe a 6 out of 10.
Okay, I can go. We'll probably boost it to 4.5. So let's say Foundry score 4.5 out of 10. But yeah, so thanks guys for watching. Make sure to check out that Foundry Patreon if you guys want to help us out financially. But there's loads of other links down there for all of our respected content and respected channels. But we'll see you guys later on the next Foundry video. Bye.